if I'm going to be involved in this, well, I really want to play for the big money. So in order for me to play for the big money, any woman that I had being associated with me, they had to be articulate. They had to have some class and some sophistication so that if they would go out, they can get in front of movie stars, they can get in front of people that have big money. The average man that has money, he might see a cute girl and say, well, you know, she's cute, I might want to sleep with her for $300 or $500. But my objective in the game was to have a female that if they sing like how he flies, that's the level that I was doing it on, that he'd want to give her $5,000. He'd want to spend a week with her and give her $50,000. This was my perspective of the game. This is what I was doing. No one knew I was a pimp. The same way you see me now, this is how I was when I was doing what I was doing. So this slick guy, you know, with the big hat and all this, that wasn't me. And so I was undetected. So the average woman wouldn't have seen me and been intimidated. She wouldn't have been offended or anything because she would have never known that that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even speak to her about that. Our conversation was, hey, come be my hoe. It was nothing like that, you know? And a lot of times when a woman likes you, she really, really likes you, in many cases, it's not too much she don't do, and vice versa. That was my experience, is I want a woman to get to know the man, get to know me personally. Because once she knows me, you know, the pimp with her persona of what a pimp was, she's not going to be able to calculate in her mind. But I never thought it was any, you? Come on, you? Yes, me.
That was Gorgeous Dre, master of the game. Heavy, heavy game. Hey, man, check this out, man. Those females was pretty down with you, man. You know, real on your team, man. I see you speaking real articulate. So it seemed like, man, you know, you educated yourself, man. You ain't just like come from the streets, try to stay in the streets. It seemed like you was working all angles of the game. So, you know, what's really Gorgeous Dre about as far as education and the whole level, how you doing it, man?
Well, my thing was, in Master of the Game, I wanted to show, and that's just parts about some of me because I don't want to, you know, give the whole audience everything, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give them, you know, some clips and some of the things that's going on.
Yeah,
so it'll be out later on this year. You guys can pick it up.
Well, I'll let you know exactly when it comes out, too. You know,
Yeah.
Bruce Bugzy Theater will let you know. Yeah.
I wanted to give an in-depth analysis of the mind of individuals that are in the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Because I wanted to discredit a lot of things, but I wanted to validate some things also. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been about education. My father would always tell me that. He says, you know all there is to know about this fast lane, this fast life.
That's
but
right.
you need to get some education. You need to educate yourself so that you can communicate to all peoples. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very important for my father. So I'm an avid reader and always have been. And also had an early religious experience in my life. And where I became ordained. I was actually preaching before I got into the lifestyle as a pimp.
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know. But I think some people can kind of detect that a little bit when they hear me talk. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much come full circle. Let me tell you a story. I jog, you know, every day. And one day I saw a 9-year-old little girl and about a 7-year-old little boy. And they noticed me, they recognized me. Because they said, oh, you know, there goes that pimp.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a devastating thing to me, you know. At that moment, that felt like the worst thing that ever happened to me. For them kids at 9 and 7 to look at me with glossy eyes,
Man.
as if being a pimp was the thing to be. I didn't start out at 7 and 9 years old worshiping and wanting to be a damn pimp. You know what I'm saying? It was something that came upon my life, something that I did, something that I overcame. But I felt at that moment that the enemy somehow was using me to take this little child's mind before it's formulated into thinking that this is something cool to do. So I felt vicious. I was angry about that.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So master of the game is to bring that child and the rest of the people to the inner sanction of this life. You know what I'm saying? Because when an individual really sees the totality of my film, they gonna know this is really not nothing I want to be in. Not because it's so bad, but because it requires far more than the average person thinks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, for real. So I'm not out here promoting to be no damn pimp. I overcame that. You know what I'm saying? Like people overcome cancer.
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Overcame that.
Ooh.
I'm not looking down on nobody that chose a lifestyle because I come from that. My mama come from that. My daddy come from that. But the story don't stop there.
Let's give him some more. Master the game. Check it out. Bruce Bugzy's Theater.
Spit fire, fire, really spit fire, fire, spit fire, this nigga really spit fire, fire, spit fire, fire, this nigga really spit fire, fire, spit fire, this nigga really spit fire, fire, 100 fakey pills and deal with it, hype them up and sell them for more, get real with it, no friends, just cold steel and I pill with it, ain't got an orange box cutter and I deal with it, then leave the state and get drunk just to deal with it, so what you done did it, I did it first and I was real, now how the fuck you gon' pull me? It's yours truly, you moody. Robbie faggots for your cheap jewelry. Not the comic or the MC had a line to move me. My girl tell me stop thugging cause she's scared to lose me. Hate my own man's at work and they swear to use me. Compared to my strength, not a blow you throw could even bruise me. And we all know how niggas take kindness for weakness. So take me weak, I put your motherfucking face on the speaker. All gas, I just was mad, stay away from the features. I'm a student, so only hang around with the teachers. Promise to step on your feet, fuck scuffing your sneakers. Only time I rock ice in my neck if my waist is hot. You hungry for this chain, you gon' taste this pop. Cause I'm gon' waste this Glock all up in your sweater. Even in the studio, I keep it under the leather. Come and get it. Tucked in the belt, reluctant to help. Carry a heat, I guarantee you that my ice won't melt. Sunny Madness, motherfucker. Yo, this nigga spit fire, fire. We really spit fire, fire. Spit fire, fire. This nigga really spit fire, fire. Spit fire, fire. This nigga really spit fire, fire. Spit fire.
The man everybody knows about, Gorgeous Dre. Pros and cons of pimping, man. We're going to close this on out, man. I know it's heavy game. We done seen you face this fair time, man. You stuck it out like a soldier. You know, you in the streets still with the same integrity, still telling brothers the same thing you would tell them 10 years ago. But what's the deal, man? Let's close this on out, man, and let me know pros and cons of this pimping for everybody who out there. And let them know, is it the glamorous? Is it easy? Or I know it's a hard job. They say pimping ain't easy, but somebody got to do it. But let me know, man, the pros and cons of this pimp game, man. And really, if Bruce Bugzy wanted to get out there, what would you tell me, man?
I think that the pimp game is not such a difficult one. It is. It's not that it's so difficult. I think that most people have a problem with being a man and a woman. I said that and alluded to that in American Pimp. See, it's the man that people are having the problems with. There's a lot of males in the world. You know what I'm saying? But there's no pros and cons of pimping. You need to be a man, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be a pimp. You need to, see, people don't understand that. They think that I'm talking crazy because I said you got to be a man first, but this is the truth. Because you didn't see no pimp standing up underneath that condition facing life. You saw a man. You understand?
Gorgeous Dre, man, said you have to be a man first. Bruce Bugzy's Theater, man. Y'all check us out, man. Man, nice looking out for coming through, man.
Pleasure, man.
It was a pleasure, man.
Pleasure, my partner.
Man, thanks, man. Thanks for all the game, man. Thanks for everything, man. It's always
have
a
me
pleasure.
back. Have
hey,
me
man,
back.
and I want to hear some of that music too, man. Gorgeous Dre got some bomb music, The Empire, man. Tell them the name of the company.
My clothing line.
Boney G.
Boney G jeans. You know, that's coming out. Doing a lot of work, but you know.
Movie Master the Game, Boney G jeans. He got the record coming out. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it real big. Gorgeous Dre, Heaviness Entertainment Game, still lacing the youngsters up. Bruce Bugzy's Theater, man. Holla.
In the ghetto, I'm from Long Beach.